confused. You have the
I
last two
won't
flights
make
of
it.
what was effectively stairs.
He finally was like, he stopped watching me struggle. He's like, how heavy is she? Let me just pick her up.
Well,
So
my
you'll roll with
strength is at the
disadvantage,
cap,
it's
and
better
you're an
than her
awful
rolling.
small person. Come here.
Oh, man.
Huh?
Greetings and welcome to the table in the
you-
tavern. Rather, greetings, fellow travelers, and welcome to the table in the tavern. That's something that that one of my players, Gracie, has been wanting to get me to start saying. So there it is.
That's lovely.
Yeah. Greetings, fellow travelers, and welcome to the table in the tavern. Okay. Anyway, I am your host, Patrick Leon Jenkins. And tonight we're going to play a little bit of D&D. Because we're playing D&D, I brought along some friends. We're going to go around the virtual table and introduce some of those players. I believe Curtis is out watering the dog, as it were. So Jessica, why don't you go and tell us a little about yourself and a little about the character you're going to be playing tonight.
Well, my name is Jess, but I go by Jess, and I've been playing for like a year or so, and my character tonight, her name is Shotzi, and she is a ranger elf, and she apparently is vertically challenged sometimes, but she really enjoys being with the company and trying to help out. So that's kind of Shotzi in a nutshell.
Like that. Okay. Very good. Continuing on, we got Vincent. Vincent, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and a little about the character you're going to be playing in it?
I'm Vincent. I'm from Montana, and I will be playing Quartar. He is a very simple country man looking to do good things and help those who seem to be vertically challenged in his party.
Indeed. When we pop it on there, we were talking about last session when Jessica had her issues with the ladder. It wasn't the first problem she had. Some issues.
A rope and a well.
And Vincent, why don't you oh yeah, I did that. Okay, Curtis, are you he's probably outside still. Yeah, let's continue on. This stream is brought to you by W Energy. W is a clean energy for gamers, made by gamers for gamers. No jitters, no sugar added, just clean energy. Head over to w.gg and use promo code Jenkins10 at checkout for 10% off your order. Also, remember, if you're having trouble finding a game for yourself, head over to Start Playing Games, where you can start playing D&D today or any other TTRPG that you may love, like whether it may be, Vampires of the Masquerade, or maybe you want old school D&D 2E. You can find all those games and more over there at Start Playing Games. And my favorite retailer for dice, when I need new dice, I always head over to One Link at a Time. Just want to make sure I remember to give a shout out to One Link at a Time and start playing games. And with that, okay, I want to go ahead and get started with tonight, but in order to go forward, first we must take a look back. So we're going to do a little bit of a recap of what happened the last time we played. Who would like to go ahead and help us with that recap tonight?
I remember a lot more of the latter bits. I meant latter, like not ladder, but how after we had actually got to see the shaman, and we were directed to the stairs and the ladder and came across a giant rock nest. And I believe we also came across the medicine man we were supposed to. And I believe he had a griffin named
Hippogriff.
Grr. Hippogriff, yes. A hippogriff named Grr.
Grr. That's correct. Something like Grr. Very guttural.
And at the start of the session, we met with the natives of the island in what seemed like their major safe space, told them of our plans to take care of the major vampire problem they have, managed to convince them to harbor a turned person who is my brother and not harm them.
Indeed, you did.
Before we
All
were told that this man may have an answer for us.
maybe. Yeah, perhaps.
We're hopeful.
So last I remember, our cleric on the top of the mountain had instructed you to bring the troubled individual before him. Okay, and you were like, "Well, I guess it's time to go back down the stairs again." And he said you could use the hippogriff. Okay, to fly down and obtain your brother. Okay, so you make your way back down below and to the chasm from where your brother was being held. It was a cave deep beneath the mountain itself that outreached into the water with a low pool in a large 30 by 30 chamber that sat 10 foot below the viewing port, as it were, or the cliff face. No actual door for this cage. And for most prisoners, simply a 10-foot steep incline would do the trick. Um, they're not really for, harboring, prisoners and so forth. But in case people need a place to cool off, this is the place that they go. Okay. So they've kept your brother in there, and you make your way back down into the craps, into the depths of the cave system to find your brother. So with that, your brother is happy to see you once again, belated. Uh, in fact, he's happy to see anyone aside from the two guards he's been staring at for quite some time, reassuring them that they don't need to guard him, that he is quite okay where he is. When he looks up and sees your kind face, brother, you've returned. You are muted, Vincent.
Just a moment. I'm dealing with the dog.
You're good. Curtis, are you back yet?
Yeah, I'm outside.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
on my phone.
So we're just doing our basic introduction. So we'll just do that while Vincent's still doing his thing. One person we missed while you were out there doing the water and the dog kind of thing was my dear brother Patrick. Right, my dear brother Patrick. My dear brother Curtis. Okay, Curtis, you've been playing D&D with me for some time now. Why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself and a little about the character you'll be playing tonight?
Well, like he said, I'm Curtis. I'm his Patrick's youngest brother. Uh, been playing D&D with him for a couple years now. I on my off time, I just work most of the time and fly my drones. And other than that, there's not much else.
And if
And
there's
Sorry about
I am
that.
playing Ethos. Ethos is the character I'm playing tonight. He's a Shadow Gloom Hunter. Let me double check that. Yeah.
Gloomstalker Ranger.
Yeah, that's it.
He's also my brother in all its purpose. I can't speak today.
All those things are true. Very good. Um, so at any rate, where were we there, Vincent? You had came into the
Yes, he has looked up and I believe made a remark that he is relieved to see me.
correct.
Kortar is going to smile and extend an arm down, saying, "It's time to go. We have found someone who may be able to help your situation, brother."
All right, the guards, they're a little bit confused. They're like, well, we weren't told like when he could go or whatever. I guess he's not really a person. Let me go check with someone, one of the guards says, and he disappears. Leaves you with the other guard for a few moments. The guard's like, um,
Kortar is going to ask how they enjoyed the meal and wine he brought back for them before he had departed last time.
he does say that he enjoyed that food immensely. He goes on to mention that some of the villagers have um, displayed some distaste for your brother. In fact, they did more guarding your brother from people trying to come into this cave than it was keeping your brother from leaving. 3 individuals. He describes them, and they sound very familiar as he describes the same people you had an altercation with previously. If you recall last session.
Oh yes, the three people that were raising stakes and being very angry and trying to form a bit of a mob.
That is correct.
Grab your torch and pitchforks.
And
Literally.
about that time, the guard returns with yet another what appears to be guard, a little bit larger, a bit stout. He has an air that he carries about him. He must be one of those guys that's in charge. He has a little bit of fancy leaves on his shoulder, as it were, because we're all villagers from some anything. He instructs the guards that that your brother is free to go, and they go ahead and begin to unravel a rope to let down for your brother when your brother, with a single leap, bounds out of the cave and is standing on the platform that you guys are. The guards look up with some amazement. He says, "Like I said, if I wanted out of here, I could get out of here."
I will let out a bit of a hearty chuckle and turn to the two guards who have been keeping my brother safe, as it would seem, and pay each of them 4 gold as
Very good.
a thanking. Kortar, not understanding the local currency, is going to pull the whole, I know it's not much, but here.
They look at the gold, they're like, "Wow, real gold. That's crazy. Who is this strange woman on here?" You know, they've
I'm
never
not
seen gold.
actually sure. It's just the face on our coins.
Yeah. Uh, it they don't uh they don't have a whole lot of experience with proper currency.
They can do whatever they want with it now. That's a lot of gold.
but they're happy to start a little collection. Um, so with that, you are free to leave with your brother. Um, they warned you about some ruffians about trying to make trouble with your brother. Um, you exit the cave and find the hippogriff waiting at the exit of the cave. I believe he'd tell you that they could carry more than one. Your brother as you exit the cave, kind of looks up a little bit warily at the sunlight, as it is still daytime. He's like, I kind of wish I held on to that day armor now.
Where did you put it? Did you leave it back on the beach? I don't quite remember.
Yeah, he did. He left it back at the beach. He took it off, and he didn't want any part of it anymore.
We may pick it up regardless, just so he can't retrieve it. I'm sure they're not cheap.
You see him take the cloak you guys that Sil gave him and pull it over his head and close it around his body as best as possible, and then goes ahead and gets on the back of the hippogriff. You guys begin to fly up to the top there. At the top, we find the rest of our companions. Okay. The rest of our companions on the summit of the mountain, which has a nest for a rock and a small cave entrance for what appears to be the cleric that lives on top of the summit. He interchanged you guys with a couple of different stories about some pardon me, some dealings with some pirates that one day came making trouble on the island, and he ran them off on the back of the rock. When you guys are disturbed by the sounds of shouting, everyone go ahead and roll me a perception. Not you, Vincent, because you're not there. You're currently in transit. But Curtis and Jessica, would you guys both roll me a perception check, please?
That.
Nat 20 for 25.
Nice. Shotzi got a 19.
Very good. So you guys remember, I know Jessica remembers the stairs from last week. Gave you a little bit of trouble. Gave Curtis a little bit of trouble as well. Well, you hear shouting coming from the base of the steps that lead up to the summit of the mountain where you are. Okay. And when you look down, you see three individuals that look very familiar to you. The same individuals that were causing trouble down in the village before, trying to rabble around. You hear them shouting about the cleric having turned his back on Pahir, offering to help these infidels. Okay. You see the cleric kind of shake his hand. He says, you can't appease everyone. That's the way. That is for sure. He says, don't mind them. They'll wander off before long. I'm a man of peace. I'm not going to cause any problems for them. But these people, they continue to throw up insults and shouts about your brother, or sorry, about Vincent's brother, Porter's brother, the blood-sucking tick, the parasite, the bloodthirsty lunatic, the sadistic, whatever, this, that, and the other, all kinds of different manner of displeasure. Is there anything you guys are doing currently?
Gonna just basically say that they're bad mouthing Portar or Connor.
Yeah, we got the Three Stooges here talking a whole bunch of crap.
And those of you at home that may be watching this wondering, why is the party different than last week? Well, because I'm actually running two different games, happens to be in the same world. So these are different players for the same game, in case we're bit confused. So to that effect, guys, you guys are letting bygones be bygones. Hopefully they'll just figure themselves out. That you guys just hopes, or what are you guys doing?
Well, maybe I'll take a leaf from the medicine man and try and keep the peace and not even respond to their horrible words about Connor. Because we know different. Connor is actually a decent person with an ailment we are trying to fix. Hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, but
What about you, Curtis?
I mean that's really all we can do. I mean we can't. I'm not gonna go down there and like bust them up or anything about it. But
Right.
just take
So,
note, I guess.
yeah, just like yeah, fa, whatever, blow 'em off. About that time, a hippogriff arrives at the horizon. Flying upward to the summit of the mountain is Connor and Quarter on the back of Gar. By the way, it's a Gar with like the fish Gar, not Gur, Gar.
You're telling me a gar licked this bread?
Indeed, a garlic the bread. All right. So about that time, Quarter, you arrive up at the on the horizon. Go ahead and roll me a perception check there, Vincent.
A 12.
Oh, it's good enough to see these same hooligans that you had seen before. The same ones the guards warned you about that were causing trouble with Quarter, or with, sorry, Connor, where you had to they had said that they had to keep them away from Connor. That they wanted to come and take them, exact their own justice. Um, you see them at the base of the steps, looking up to the top of the mountain, top of the summit, yelling out certain obscenities and profane words. You see your brother's name in vain. Okay.
Just going to head over to the top of the stairs and start doffing my armor and letting them know if they would like to keep hurling such insults, they can take this up with him men, because he is tired dealing with them quietly.
All right.
They are being needless pieces of shit.
You hear them yell out, "We seek reparations for the loss and the torment your brother and his kind have put us through." Your brother speaks back down. "I cannot give you reparations. All I can do is tell you that it was not me, but a curse deep within me that drove me to do such horrid things. But I will not uh, allow myself to strike anyone in anger ever again. And I will not come down there and tell you to shut your mouth, but at the same time, you guys better think better of what you guys are doing," kind of thing is what he says. Okay. I didn't write a script for all this. I probably should have.
I
Anyhow,
feel that.
yeah. But they holler back up. Okay. And they say that this one particular challenges Connor, okay, to a duel for the honor of his people. And Connor's like, I'm not going to fight with you. And you hear him pipe up, I enact knock. Okay. And you hear even the cleric kind of gasps. It's like Ong knock. That's a big deal. Okay, so he says the other ones they kind of look and they're like, oh, okay, this is kind of a big deal. Apparently, you guys are getting the idea that this Ong knock is some sort of big deal.
This man has declared an Agni Kai.
Right. Connor once again says, I will not fight you. And the man once again hollers back up and he says, if you will not fight me now, then your life is forfeit. And he begins to climb up the stairs.
Well, that's the magic of being chaotic good. Laws don't have to apply to being good.
It's true. So what are you doing there, Vincent?
We're going to see if I can halt him first. But if not, we happen to be on top of a mountain.
Yes. Yes, you do.
We're gonna, try and push him back down the stairs. If he, tries to push past me, we'll be a little more on the passive side first. But if not, and I have to actually fight, I tried to be nice.
Very good. As you begin making your way down the stairs, as you had described, you hear the cleric pop back up. He's like, everyone, no, Ong Nok has been declared. It is out of our hands even now. We must go before the chieftain. This matter has become a matter of the tribe. So, with that, everyone has to go back down the stairs. Fortunately enough, your little villager guy, he can't do anything to Connor. After all, Ong Nok has to be
Honorable duel.
Yeah. Must be observed. So I'm not going to make you guys do all of the climbs and so forth. We'll just okay. You guys are all back down the stairs once again. I'd hate to see what happened with you guys trying to climb down those stairs. It was hard enough for you guys to get up here.
I'm still trying to grasp my mind around that this human wants to fight this vampinoid person.
Yes, indeed. There might be more to the story yet.
Okay.
All right, so you guys travel back down and back into the large cave that the tribe has been calling their home as a sanctuary away from the evils that have befallen the island. You can hear a rhythmic drum being beaten as chanting and so forth as people begin to dance around a fire. As the chieftain is there observing, the basic goings on of the tribe when the cleric comes in and tells him what's going on and whispers in his ear, and he holds up a hand and hits a guy on the back of the head that's beating the drum and tells him to shut up. He says, Ongnok has been declared. We must observe the old ways, battle to the death for the right to live. Okay. This is why I need to write scripts for these things. Okay. All right. So you guys see Connor, and makes his way out in the center. He's like, I'm not gonna fight. Okay. And you see this other guy that's been the whole rabble rouser. We're gonna call him Cain. That was his name, Cain. He says, well, if he will not fight, then his life is forfeit. And the chieftain says, no, if he will not fight, a champion can be chosen for him. Is there anyone that will fight in Connor's stead?
I will step up without any hesitation and declare that I shall.
You're cheering.
Beauregard, you are an amazing brother.
All right, so chanting begins to unfold from the tribes, and howls of cheers, and as they are getting ready to see UFC episode 3033 happen right in front of them. Okay. Now the contest, they explain to you, it is no holds barred. Anything guess. Weapons, no weapons. Want to bite? Biting is in. Want to scratch and claw? Whatever you have to do to survive. Okay.
Cat fight.
So, as you watch, this unassuming man begins to convulse as his muscles begin to contort in strange ways. He seems to be in agonizing pain. You can see his eyes go yellow. His jaw begins to jut forward. You see long fangs begin to draw from them. Tough-like ears begin to form on the top of his head as all of his body is covered with hair, as he goes from a medium-sized creature to a large-sized werebear. He roars in your direction, howls from the crowd, and roll initiative.
Initiative. Oh, we're at the top. That is a 22.
22. Okay, so as he transforms into this werebear, you guys want to roll me some perception checks. Not so much concerned about you there, Vincent. I know your eyes are on the prize. I'm more concerned about my other companions here. Okay, as you go ahead and roll me some perception checks there. Shotzi and Ethan.
She got a 28 for her perception check.
I had a nat 20 for 25.
Nice.
Yeah, brother. Yeah.
So you watch as this man turns into this werebear, but you notice he's not the only one. Like when that happens, a number of people that are in the crowd begin to change as well. You see one that turns into a tiger-human hybrid, another one that turns into something that resembles a rat, one grows tusks like a boar, another one turns into a more of a traditional type werewolf. Not all of them change, but you know, a good 30% of them seem to be were creatures and happy about it. Okay. So, Vincent, you know, in my games, I normally go on 10. However, when we're going to be going a one-on-one duel, I'm going to roll initiative for this guy to see what happens.
Boy.
Okay.
Watch that whole process. I just have one quick question.
Doesn't help.
Uh,
Yeah, go ahead.
Is silvered weapons common lore for this? Would we know this?
Okay. Would you like to roll me a we'll call that, you can roll knowledge arcane or knowledge religion.
I believe they are the same, but I think religion makes a little more sense. No.
That didn't sound good.
Yeah, not at all. He
You're
said
just lighting a
no.
cigarette and waiting for this loud, annoying thing to finish its problem.
Yeah, so yeah, it transforms. It is your turn first, though. You are up first.
Well,
He's got an amazing axe.
no weapons from what they
If
said.
you
that's
haven't taken a long rest yet, make sure you have. Looks like
Oh.
you have not rested.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Where's my long rest button? Doot. Long rest. Cool.
Probably gonna need that.
Take long rest. Well,
Yep.
we're gonna move directly into his face and just start swinging.
Okay. So you're attacking, of course, with the fancy battle axe, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make some attacks.
All right, we will.
Come on, Tar, get that furry.
Does a 17 hit?
17 will hit.
All right. First attack deals 1d12 slashing, 7 slashing, and 7 fire. Very lovely, even split.
You say 7 and 7?
7 and 7.
Sounds good.
We will keep on swinging. That is a critical hit.
Nice.
So that is 22 slashing and 14 fire.
Oh my god.
And
I'm
then
sorry.
I will
14 fire. What was the slashing?
22 slashing, I do believe. I can check the history real quick.
Nice. No, you're good.
Yep, 22 slash.
All right. Very
We
good.
will then auto fail the saving throw because there is only one closest target.
That is correct.
So that'll eat my bonus action. Huzzah. That is a 26 to hit.
That
Dealing
will.
8 slashing and 10 fire. And then I will action surge to make 2 more attacks, and then that'll be my turn. The first
Very good.
attack is a 22 and hits, dealing 14 slashing and 12 fire. And the second attack is a 25 to hit, dealing 7 slashing and 7 fire. We started with a 7-7 split, and we end with a 7-7 split. How is he
Alright.
looking after that?
I gotta do math on that.
What an amazing go.
The superpower of fighter. I can swing really, really fast once.
Wow. Not good. Not great. He looks worse for wear. Okay.
He ain't
Alright.
happy.
So we're gonna do a multi-attack. Okay. Um hold on, make sure I'm doing this correctly. And we're gonna go ahead and roll. We're gonna roll a bite. A 17 to hit.
Miss. I have an AC of 20.
Nice. And we are gonna roll a 19 to hit. That is going to miss. So both of his attacks miss. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
this is what we call rather anticlimactic. Okay. All right. It is your turn.
Well, it was so good the first time. I think I'll do it again.
So nice you did it twice.
First attack.
Like
is a
tooth
26
juice.
hit, dealing 12 slashing and 12 fire. Second attack is a 16. Does that hit?
16 will hit.
All right. And that deals 12 slashing and 8 fire. And then I will auto fail my saving throw again because one problem at a time.
Mm-hmm.
17 hits, dealing 13 slashing and 9 fire. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Well, okay. This is what we call anticlimactic. Yeah, this is why I made it aware because it was going to be over too quickly otherwise, and it was over too quickly anyway. Yeah, so you go and start laying into this creature, this werebear, and before he knows it, he's in a lot of trouble really quickly. Okay, and he flails at you, trying to attack you. You dodge them, easily, and then lay into him with the last 3 blows, which actually does end up cleaving off his head. The last blow. Okay, and he falls down to the ground in a heap. Okay, his body and his head apart. There are many shouts of roars of that were cheers, and some that are cries of dismay. One of these creatures leaps out of the one of the a werebear. I'm sorry, a werewolf leaps out from the crowd and attacks at you. Okay. Now I'm gonna just do this little thing. And so does a were-rat. These were, of course, the guys that were hanging out with him, making trouble. Okay. Yeah. Werewolf is going to attack first. We're going to attack with claws. A 21 to hit. Yay, I actually hit once. D8.
Do I have a reaction that I can use? I don't think so, because champion fighter. Oh well.
That's going to be for 9 points of slashing damage or piercing damage, right? Okay. And we're gonna do a little bite. The
Nibble.
bite is going to miss. Okay, bite is important. And it misses. Okay. Last, we're gonna do a rat. We're gonna try to scratch you. Okay. He is going to be rolling a 17 to hit. That is not going to hit. He's going to try to bite you. That is going to miss as well. Okay. The creatures begin to, Shotzi
Yes.
and Ethos.
Yeah.
So you could tell right away with the dismay from the crowd that these two entering into combat is like strictly forbidden as the chieftain starts to yell, wait, you cannot, all this, that, and the other. And there are other people that are all talking about that they've broken the rules, they can't do that, you can't help someone else, and so forth. So you feel they have broken whatever bond that kept these two in a mortal combat against each other. Well, that fight's over, but these other two are kind of fair game right now. Is there anything either one of you would like to do to help your companion?
Protocol. I was looking at my spells, and of course, I have entangle, but that would entrap everybody in that radius. I don't know, Ethos. What do you have in mind? Are we just watching, or are we stepping in?
I can do it.
I've got ensnaring strike, so I can at least try to.
Ensnaring strike is so great. I love rope arrow the spell.
Yeah, I mean, I can attempt to restrain one of them with it. I've got Hail of Thorns too.
Hey, Pat, I have a question about thunderclap.
Mhm.
Is that directional, or is that just like in a?
It's supposed to act from like a sphere around you, I believe. Let me make sure, because Thunder Wave, that one is directional. You can kind of focus that into a different, direction. But I want to say that Thunder Clap, it essentially does it all around you.
That wouldn't be very good.
So yeah, you create a burst of thunderous energy that can be heard up to 100 feet away. Each creature within range, other than you, must succeed a Constitution saving throw. Yeah, so it's all around.
That wouldn't work out very well.
So yeah, I guess I'm gonna.
Remember, you have a few of those spells. You got a flaming spear. You also can turn into animals. Wait, no, you're a ranger this time. You're not a.
Me.
But you do have like bows and arrows and.
Yeah, I was
stuff
gonna
of
say
that.
I've got my longbow that has slow on it, so that automatically, as long as I do some damage, it will slow it by 10 feet. So I'm gonna take aim and shoot the rat guy with the longbow.
Very good. All right. It's a +8 to hit. Go ahead.
A 26 to hit.
26 will definitely hit.
And then I guess with 10 points of damage.
All right.
And I guess my bonus action, I'm gonna cast ensnaring strike.
Okay. So
And
ensnaring strike, as far as I understand that is going to be a save, right?
Yes.
So it's a strength saving throw, and your save DC is a 13. All right, let me go ahead and roll that. What were you saying there, Jessica?
I heard you when you said flaming sphere, and I like that idea, but I don't actually want to cause the creatures harm. I more want to make that barrier between them and Kotar. It's like
Okay.
you're gonna, FAFO, you keep moving forward with your endeavors.
Okay. Very good.
Forgot
All
how
right.
wonderful this flaming sphere is.
And you end up hit that thing with a sap there, Curtis. So they are going to be 10 feet restricted by 10 feet this turn. Jessica, is there something you would like to do, or are you holding your action until something else comes up?
Well, since they
Did it?
were blown back 10 feet, I do want to use my sphere as a barrier. Now that they're even further away, like just kind of put it between them and Kotar.
Okay, your barrier. What barrier are we talking about here?
It's not actually a barrier, but it's just, they're gonna see the flaming sphere between them and Kotar.
Flaming
And
sphere,
what
I'm sure, is a rather large area, isn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does a pretty good. It does like a 10-foot cube, and anyone around it. A 5-foot diameter sphere, and anyone within 5 feet of it is burned.
so it's a good thing they got pushed back 10 feet.
Well, no. The sap restricts his movement by 10 feet, so he didn't get pushed back 10 feet.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, my
He
thing.
has 10 foot less movement than he will next turn than he normally. If you're looking to try to restrain them or stop them, you have web.
Say that
Uh,
again. I have what?
you
Web.
have web, which you conjure mass sticky webs at a point within range. The webs fill a 20-foot cube there for the duration. Basically, it's all sticky. Okay.
Okay,
First time
yeah,
creature
that's
enters the web, it starts to turn there. It must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or be restrained or have the restrained condition. So,
yeah, that's something new I forgot I got when I got that staff. So yes, let me use web and make them in a sticky situation.
and as a fail safe, they're also very flammable.
Yes, they are.
Oh,
Does
yes.
2d4 fire damage.
All right, so you cast web on the area they're in. I'm going to go ahead and make dexterity saving throws for both creatures. That's a failure. That's a failure. So they both fail. They are both restrained in the web. Very good. So with a Without any hesitation, your companions fly into action to assist you, Quarter. Meanwhile, the chieftain is hollering about that they broken the oath, broken the code, and it's
No one
very
is above the code.
no one is above the code.
They're more like guidelines anyway.
Uh, and he begins to transform, and you can see that he's turning into what looks like a werebear. Okay. With that, it is your turn, Quarter. There is a werewolf and a werebear that are in webs that are currently restrained. Okay.
Werewolf and wererat, right?
Wererat. Yes.
They're webbed. They're stuck there. Quarter's going to sheath the axe and look at the both of them, look back at the one he has just killed, and say, "My kindness and patience are incredibly finite if you keep testing them." And he will leave. Because this is not his problem, because these are not his politics.
Okay.
Gee.
All right. Okay. Great. Great. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, that's very diplomatic of you. I dig it.
With it being restrained by the web, the chieftain comes forward, all werebear, light, and grabs both of them on the shoulder, and rips them up off the ground, and of course the stickiness of the web, doesn't stop, heat him, and he tosses them aside to the other side of the room, near the hole in which the chamber where they were holding your brother was. Okay. Um, and hollers at the guards that were actually holding your brother and say, "Put them in the pit until they calm down." And the guards go and shovel them off into the hole. Okay. So now you're standing in the middle of a village with a bunch of were creatures that are starting to, simmer down now. They're not ravenous. They're not trying to attack you. Okay. But some of the familiar faces you might have seen before have suddenly shifted and turned into either or like a were tiger or a were bear or a were boar or whatever. Even the druid that you had seen here, she turned into a were tiger. So it seems this whole tribe, in one way or another, is a huge collective of were creatures.
Maybe that's how they learn to deter vampires. I don't know.
Well, they were kind of enslaved by the vampires before you guys showed up. Vampires had gotten the best of them. No telling how long they've been oppressed by them either. Okay, so with that, the chieftain thanks you for your restraint, Vincent, as he calms back down and turns back into a person again. Okay. Thank you for your restraint, allowing us to clean up our own messes.
Of course. We're all men, not monsters.
The chieftain then says, the rage one can feel when first transforming into a were creature can be difficult to bear and very difficult to control. I know what it is like when bloodlust takes over, looking over at your brother Connor. As much as it pains me to know that I have many kin that have fallen not only by your hand, but by the hand of those you traveled with before, I see you making strides to become better. And I see that you have a companion here in your brother that will stand beside you no matter what. The cleric that was there, he says, if all this, charade is done with, I'd like to conclude my work. Okay. And he wants to have some time alone with your brother. Okay. So he can do his work. Okay. He asked your brother to climb on back of the hippogriff, and so he could fly him up to the summit of the mountain where he can fix it. He says, meet us there when you are ready. Or your brother can meet you. I guess those steps are pretty big, pretty long, whatever.
They're not a problem at all.
Nope.
My permanent advantage in athletics is not bias. I promise, guys. Champion fighter. Quarter is probably going to he can finally stop. He doesn't have to watch his brother and be constantly worried about him for a minute. He can just stop and have a meal in peace like he was the day before that guy showed up at the bar.
Indeed.
Way back when. That looks frozen in time.
Only a spoonful.
Because I can. Meanwhile, we're gonna figure out what y'all are doing.
What?
Vincent, are you gonna go climbing back up the step?
Yep, he's gonna enjoy a plate of food first, and then Kortar is going to start the lovely ascent back up to the top.
Very good. So go ahead and make me a series of athletics. So if my memory serves correctly, I had you guys do 3 going up the ladder
And then
and then
3 going upstairs.
going up the stairs. So that'll be a total of
Oh boy. Athletics time.
Joy, my favorite thing.
The first roll is a 15.
and that's a success. That is a success. Okay. Are any of you guys going with him, or you guys like nope, this on his
No, I'd prefer to stick with Kotar. I will brave the dang stairs. So let me do a check.
I know how you are with steps, so you have advantage on the ladder. You have advantage on the ladder, so you get to roll the first advantage. So you're gonna try to climb the ladder and steps as well.
Yeah.
Okay, check this out. Rolled with advantage, got 9 twice.
Is that totaling up your it totals to 9?
Yes, both rolls total to 9.
All right. Well,
My
you're
next two
having
rolls, 27,
you ascend
18.
slowly.
That's athletics.
I will carry you up the stairs if up the stairs and ladders if need be, Shotzi. I
He is
I am
strong enough.
not going to complain about ruck packing you twice in a day.
That was in athletics, correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Oh, that's an 8.
Oh, looks like both of your companions are having some difficulty. Remember, the athletics for the ladder is at advantage, so you get the first 3 checks at advantage.
That
A
22 on that second roll. 22 on that
Alright.
second roll.
All right, so you ascend the first set of first ladder without any trouble. Obviously, you're having a little bit of trouble. Would you like one of these fine gentlemen to assist you? Like Quarter is really good with. It's like his bag.
Well, he did say he'd carry me up the stairs, but
I don't mind
perhaps
the ladder either. Come here,
give me
you
one more.
turtle.
She's
Let
like,
me
let me
try
try
one more
again.
go.
Okay, go ahead.
A nat 1 on the first roll. That's a 19. Hell yeah.
Okay,
So
you
yeah, my first roll was a 3, but the second one came better as a 21.
nice. I like that you're brave with adventure as well. Okay. All right, so continuing up the next set of ladders, guys, go ahead and roll with advantage.
$23.
I have rolled all 3 of these. It was a 15, 27, and an 18.
Nice. In that case, Shotzi,
Got a
what did you get?
21.
Nice. All right. You're making this climb your bitch. All right. So you continue climbing, guys. You guys got one more climb to go. This has already made it to the top of the ladder. Roll your last athletics check with advantage.
$19 for Shotzi. You're right. I am making this my bitch.
Okay, nice.
11 on that last one.
That is still a success. 10 is a success. Ascend the ladder. Okay. That's why it's kind of funny when you guys fail. It's like all you guys got to do is roll a 10 or
Roll a 2 or lower.
All you have to do. All you have to do.
No, I have to roll a natural 1 to fail this. Nice.
All right, so 6 more rolls to climb the stairs. But these will not be an advantage,
Okay. Great.
except for unless you have advantage on natural, like our
26.
fighter. Nice.
So how far do we gotta go?
Well, you got to go about 100 feet up these stairs. Okay. Which is basically 6 checks making your way up. Okay. It's not quite 100 feet. I think I said it was 64.
Okay.
It's
Double
6 checks.
checking. All right, here we go.
90. Woohoo. Second check.
Yeah. Shotzi got a 15.
It's a success. Nicely done. And for that, I think I'm going to save you guys some time as you guys continue to ascend the steps as heroically as you can. You see descending down the steps, with his hood drawn down in the sunlight, is your brother. Not squirming, hiding from the sun, squinting a little bit from being in the sunlight for the first time in a long time. But he seems to be cured. The color has come back to his face, no longer so pale. His eyes seem to have come back from this deep red into the normal brown eyes that you remember as children. He
Goes
says, "Quarter
sprinting
is
up them stairs, running up the hill, as they say nowadays.
he greets you as he makes his way down. He says, "I never thought I'd see you again with my own eyes." And he gives you an embrace, hugging you fiercely. Thank you for not giving up on me, Quarter.
You wouldn't give up on me, so I can't on you.
So only one thing left to do from here, and that's to get your brother home.
Woohoo!
Quest, as you hear the cleric call down from the steps. I may be able to help with. Where does your brother reside? Says and pats the head of.
Would I be able to snag a peek at a map? Do we have it posted in the server?
Yeah, you can go up to maps. Find there's a map of Auroria. Or there's a greater map of. So if you're not sure, you hadn't decided on a homeland just yet, I have something planned for you.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is, like, there was a railroad developing nearby, and it had to be, like, fairly flat and dusty. That's all I can really think of.
Okay. So, first I'm gonna need from you find out where is home.
Do I get to name it?
Well, no, we're gonna let the dice decide.
Oh boy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I need you to roll a d8.
Alright. One sec. Gotta get the fancy shiny dice out that I have spent all my money on.
This is where we find out if you're from Auroria or somewhere else.
An 8.
Oh, no, you're not from around here.
Oh?
You're from a place called Chronicales.
I see. Do we have a map of that?
Yes. If you go up into maps, okay, and look at the greater map of Thalia,
Where is the
large,
greater map at? It's Barovia. Is it this incarnate link?
there is an incarnate link, but no, it should be just posted. Uh, I'll drop it in the. I'll drop it in the. So in the chat we're in, you'll find a map. In the bottom right-hand corner of that map is a place called Crusade.
Very far.
We're very close, depending on what, because like Auroria would be on like the back side of that map, basically. So and kind of like the same distance the way you go, kind of. Which I need to put. Oh, I need to make a new map and add Auroria to it. I haven't done that yet. I will. But yeah, Kerdane actually is not that much different than Auroria in some regards. It's a little bit of a new frontier. So it's very similar to Auroria, as it is now just being developed. But your your family hails from Kerdane, okay? Cleric suggests that he can return your brother to Soma. He also suggests that his brother is welcome to remain here.
Well, you can go and see Mum now, or you can wait until we both go.
He says he'd rather wait to see to see mother together. Okay. And
Yes,
perhaps
we still.
sorry.
I was just going to remind them that we still have a vampire lord that we are trying to. Not sure the proper word besides, offing.
Right.
Well,
Um,
Kortar will
indeed.
shrug and go, I still want to kill him, but truth be told, Connor's back. The priority is done. And I think he is a little above what we can do. Or at least scheming in a tower above what we can do.
So yeah, your brother Connor says he'd be willing to stay here. He thinks it would be good for him. Can reconcile some of his bury some of his skeletons, helping these people get back on their feet.
Excellent. Well, I'm not sure what to do from there.
Yeah,
Okay.
what do we do now?
What do we do now? Well, right now what you got is
You go.
mark the end of a chapter. Okay. And that means you guys get to level up. So
Level
guys
up.
get your
Woohoo!
level.
I would like to, before we leave the island or anything like that, like to grab that day armor off the beach. Like I said, it probably isn't cheap to make, and keeping it out of his hands is still a nice idea. Also, free plate armor.
So as it turns out, what to do next? As you guys are leveling up. Ido and Charlemagne kind of arrive out of the darkness, kind of being in the background for a while. Mentioning that they're glad that you were able to save your brother from his living nightmare, but there's matters that you must attend to as well. But they feel that their matters may involve you as much as they involve them, as your matters involve them. Okay. They will be
Oh,
traveling to the island of Ilion to seek counsel from their brother. And they are inviting you guys to travel.
well, I suppose they scratched our back. We should probably scratch theirs, right?
Indeed.
Kind of want you guys all together. This is something I do have. you know, like a whole thing. And sorry, I didn't script this thing out. I was like, I'll just shoot from the hip. It'll be fine. Then I was like, I wanted to say certain things and I couldn't find the right word. Bad. Remember, things out for a reason. Anyhow, so we might probably gonna have a little bit of a short session this week. I kind of want to get everyone back together before we head on to the beginning of our next chapter. Okay. I do hope you guys all had fun. I know you guys will have fun leveling up. That's the best part of D&D.
Yeah, boy.
Level up.
And you guys definitely earned it climbing up that mountain twice.
It was not so bad the second time.
Well, you guys didn't have to go all. I say. Um. But until next time, be kind to each other because remember we're all in this together. And say goodnight, everyone.
Good night.
Good night. Ciao for now.